T-minus 40 seconds.
Stable at step 3.
Closing in on 30 seconds before launch. 3 seconds before launch, the powerful RD-180 engine will ignite.
Roger.
25.
Status check.
Go Atlas.
Go Centaur.
Go.
Everything is go. T-minus 15 seconds and counting.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And liftoff of the Atlas V and NOAA's GOES-S, a highly sophisticated weather-watching eye in the sky, to join its twin in providing better forecasts and saving lives.
Atlas has begun a pitch and yaw maneuver to steer to its planned path, an azimuth of 100.7 degrees.
At 35 seconds, the rocket carrying GOES-S will reach Mach 1, traveling faster than the speed of sound.
Down, right on schedule. Signatures look good. Roll program is complete. The speed chamber pressures are rolling off as expected.
At 47 seconds after launch, the vehicle will pass through the area of maximum dynamic pressure, or max-Q.
Max-Q.
This is the point when mechanical stress on the rocket reaches its peak because of the rocket's velocity and the resistance created by the Earth's atmosphere.
Booster has throttled up as expected.
You are also hearing the voice of United Launch Alliance flight commentator Marty Malinowski.
SRB chamber pressures continue to look good at plateaued.
At 1 minute 50 seconds into flight, the first 2 solid rocket boosters will be jettisoned, followed about a second and a half later by
burnout.
Other boosters.
And we have indication of SRB burnout. Booster engine continues to perform well. Approximately 10 seconds to SRB jettison. And with indication of 4 solids jettisoning, looks like a clean separation.
And a clean separation being reported of the solid rocket boosters.
Vehicle
We are
has
2
begun
minutes,
closed
4 seconds into
steering.
flight.
The next major milestone, 3 minutes 30 seconds into flight, the payload fairing protecting GOES-S during its flight through the atmosphere will be jettisoned 3.5 minutes after launch.
Booster has throttled down as expected. Up on the RCS pyro valve activation. We have the RCS pyro valve activation at this point. The system is pressurizing to flight levels. Signatures look good.
Three minutes into the flight.
And booster has throttled back to 2.5 Gs. Preparation for payload for jettison.
Ten seconds away from payload fairing jettison.
Up on payload for jettison momentarily. And we have good payload fringe separation and CFLR jettison.
And we have a good payload fairing jettison, exposing GOES-S to space for the first time.
Signatures look good.
We are approaching 4 minutes into flight.
And booster has begun to throttle to 4.6 Gs in preparation for pico. Boost phase cool down is underway. Local pyro valve has been fired.
The call BECO stands for Booster Engine Cutoff. That will happen at 4 minutes 22 seconds into flight.
Boost phase chill down is complete. And we have Pico. Shutdown looks good.
6 seconds after BECO, the Centaur second engine,
Yeah,
or
stage
second
sep-
stage will separate from the Atlas booster.
The RL-10 engine. GN2 purge burn. The RCS is underway. We have ignition and full thrust on the RL-10.
And the Centaur single-engine RL-10C engine ignites for the first time. It produces 22,900 pounds of thrust.
Our steering has been enabled. Body rates look good.
This is about a 7.5 minute burn of the Centaur
Our PU is
RL-10C engine.
fixed angle, as expected.
Engine cutoff planned for about 7 minutes from now. This is the first of 3 burns of the Centaur main engine.
Continue to warm towards bottle temperatures. Signatures look good. Centaur PU has gone to closed loop control. Current range track shows Centaur making good headway down the middle of the corridor. Current altitude is 129 miles. Downrange distance is 701 miles. Current velocity 13,903 miles per hour.
Listening to the voice of United Launch Alliance flight commentator Marty Malinowski describing the flight of the Atlas and Centaur.
Shows basically a nominal booster. Beginning to see the RCS thermal conditioning firing. Signatures look good. RL-10 continues to perform well. Chamber pressures, lax pump discharge, and fuel venturi, all appropriate for the mark.
We're 7 minutes into the flight of GOES-S. Another 5 minutes remaining in this first burn of the Centaur single engine.
Very small loss of data. Has resumed. All signatures look good across the dropout. Current altitude is 146 miles. Downrange distance 1094. Current velocity is 14,685.
Eight minutes after liftoff, and everything continues to go well.
We have about 4 more minutes left in the burn of the Centaur main engine cuts off. That would be called MECO 1.
Oxidizer-rich condition. DC, ox pump discharge, and fuel venturi all look good. Centaur tank pressures remain stable. Storage bottle pressures look good. Batteries are also good. Body rates controlling right down the middle. This track continues to show good progress down the middle of the corridor.
3 minutes remaining in this burn of the Centaur engine.
Centaur main engine burn continues to look very good. Chamber pressures, box pump discharge, and fuel venturi all within expected parameters.
And we are 10 minutes into flight.
Hydrazine line temperatures have nearly achieved throttle outlet temperatures at this point. Continue to see light RCS firings. Still running slightly oxidizer rich at this point in the burn. A little less than 2 minutes remain in this burn. All systems look good. And Centaur is now commanding a nominal MR, having worked off the excess oxidizer error.
About 1 minute remaining in this burn of the Centaur main engine.
Centaur main engine continues to look good.
Standing by for the first of 3 burns of the Centaur main engine to cut off, also known as MECO 1.
Good. 4S settling motors on. CRDs have been safed.
And we have MECO.
Fuel tank pressures have been vented down.
About 12.5 minutes into flight. We'll be in a coast phase for about the next 10 minutes prior to relighting the Centaur second stage engine for the second of 3 times today.